don't know if I've ever been mouth agape so much during an interview in my entire life. So the police chief in Enumclaw, a man named Tim Floyd, and we love Enumclaw. What an awesome community. We went down there for one of our meet and greets, beautiful downtown, cool people. Well, Enumclaw right now has a motor vehicle theft problem. The rates of stolen vehicles are the highest they've ever been in Enumclaw. And the chief of police down there, Tim Floyd, is raising the alarm bells and saying, hey, these are juveniles. And our officers are doing their job. We know who's stealing the vehicles. We're arresting them. And then judges are kicking them loose. And these kids are learning that there are no consequences for their actions. And if they're learning that at the age of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, do you really think that they're going to be productive adults, productive law-abiding adults? Of course not. So anyway, Chief Floyd in Enumclaw was nice enough to join us and stun me with some of the details of these car thefts. Chief Floyd, welcome to Undivided.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So August is the highest month that your town has had ever for motor vehicle thefts?
Well, I can't say forever, but I've been here about 10 years. I'm in my 26th year in law enforcement, but I've been with Enumclaw for about 10 years. And it's the highest month that I can remember since I've worked here.
Are you guys also experiencing, is it mostly Kias and Hyundais, or is it kind of anything?
It's kind of anything. We've had a couple of commercial burglaries at one of our car dealerships, and that has contributed to a large number of a large portion of that number are cars that have been stolen off the dealership lot.
Oh, yeah. And I actually, coming up next week on the show, we're going to be hearing from a couple that owns a used car dealership up in the north end, so in Snohomish County, and they're dealing with a similar thing too and just having a heck of a time getting help. You have said that you think that juveniles might be to blame for what's going on.
Yeah, they are. We've had 3 commercial burglaries in the last 6 weeks. And we have made arrests in all 3 of them, and it's all the same group of juveniles. And we have booked them into the King County Juvenile Detention Center, and they are released right back out to come right back to town to do it again.
All 3 times?
All 3 times. We've had some of the juveniles have been held for a couple of days, but some of the other juveniles are literally released the same day or the next morning. Recently, earlier this week, we arrested a juvenile on Monday morning that we had booked into jail. I believe it was Sunday afternoon.
Are these local Enumclaw kids, or are they coming from elsewhere?
No, these are our local kids that we've been dealing with. And we were talking about the numbers, and it's, comparative to different jurisdictions. We're a small town. We had 36 cars stolen in 2022. And as of it stands right now in this moment, we've had 38 cars now stolen so far this year. So we took 2 more stolen car reports just last night.
When you say juveniles, how young are we talking?
They're ranging in age from 14 to 17.
For the love. So there's 2 things going through my mind right now. I mean, when I was a kid, right, and I grew up in kind of a rural area, small town area. I wouldn't call Enumclaw a small town, but it's got that feel. Yeah. I mean, the prospect of getting even pulled over by a cop for speeding was enough to put the fear of God in me, like my, go home and get an ass whooping type stuff. So Is there an element of this? If these are local kids, you know who they are. They've been arrested, some of them more than once for the same thing. I mean, for you, it's got to be going through your mind, what's going on at home.
Yeah, and we've had some conversations with some of the parents, and we are the bad guy. And they they are upset at us for arresting their child.
Wait a second. Okay. I'm like stunned. So they know that their child allegedly is stealing vehicles, and you're the bad guy for arresting them.
That's correct.
Okay. So then the criminal justice element of it, when you've got these juveniles, they get booked and they get right back out. What message do you think collectively this is sending to these kids?
Oh, there's no consequences. When we made an arrest Monday morning it was a burglary in progress. They had stolen a bunch of cars. We caught them. We arrested them. One of the kids was literally just laughing at us, just shrugging his shoulders like, this is no big deal. you guys put me in jail last week and I'm already back. This isn't a big deal. Literally just laughing at us
So,
because he knows he's going to go, we're going to book him in jail and he's going to spend maybe a night there, maybe a day, and he's going to get right back out.
So, obviously that aspect of the criminal justice system is failing, and it's taught these kids that, hey, we're going to get back out on the streets. But what does the prosecutor's office say about this? Are they going to pursue charges? Have charges been filed? Might there be some comeuppance for these kids down the road?
I sure hope so. We are following through with writing our cases and filing them with the prosecutor's office. And I sure hope that they're going to get charged. And, we work closely with the prosecutors, but it is it's very frustrating when you make a great felony arrest and you put them, in Enumclaw, we have to drive them all the way downtown Seattle. So it's not close. And then they're literally back here within 24 hours doing the exact same thing.
Wow. And it's so in line. We just had the sheriff of Thurston County on the show the other day. They go out, got 6 kids in a car, 5 juveniles, 1 18-year-old, led him on a high-speed chase, hit and run, fled on foot, and then the 18-year-old just got kicked, no bail. So I guess, Chief, what's your hope here? I mean, what do you think it's going to take to turn this around so that the criminal justice system is actually holding people accountable?
Well, I don't want to get political. That's not under my purview, but there's definitely some changes that need to be made. I'm all for reform and trying to always improve and make things better. But I think a lot of communities and a lot of law enforcement agencies are having a lot of difficulty with, there's a criminal justice system. We play a role. We do our part. And then they can move on to the next phase, and it doesn't seem like the next phase is always doing what at least we expect them to do, which is hold people accountable.
I mean, I'm shocked by some of that. Some of it doesn't surprise me, but the parents in particular, the response you're getting from them, I mean, I don't even want to know what would have happened if I walked into my house and told my parents I got arrested for a felony.
Right.
But I don't know if I'd be here today, to be honest. It's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you put out this, you said, I don't want to get political, but you guys put out this, I think it was like a 10-point, it was a graphic basically telling your residents how not to get your car stolen or how to make it less likely. And it had, 10 points of just pieces of advice. And I wanted to add one to it that said, vote for different people, because I feel like that's just what it's going to take to get us out of this situation. My opinion, not yours. Chief, is there any thought, I guess, that you're just going to tell your officers don't investigate these crimes if it's not going anywhere?
Oh, absolutely not. We take an oath to protect the citizens of our town, and that's what we're going to do. And we will keep arresting, we will keep booking, and we will always do our part to make our community safe. That is what we signed up to do. My police officers and police officers all around the state and country go out every day and risk their safety for people that we don't know. And we just want to have good follow-up on the back end of the criminal justice system for when we do our part, the rest of the system hopefully will do their part.
Not too much to ask. It's common sense. All right, Enumclaw Police Chief Tim Floyd, we appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. Take care.